Gold Rush Preview. Everything breaks down and smashes. This ninth season of Gold Rush has been more about downs than ups, and this includes the latest episode entitled Father's Day. It looks like everything is smashed and breaking down in this crazy episode. Tony Beets and Rick Ness seems to have some issues with machinery, but it looks like Parker Schnabel has that and even more woes. The scrappy Ness team of miners are keeping upbeat despite a lot of crazy stuff happening this season. Although his team is new to mining, Rick Ness almost seems like a newbie himself this season. After last week's crazy move of driving across a steep hole, this week Rick appears to be doing more of the same. Rick calls his dad and tells him, "I think I found a sinkhole." What is Big Rick, who appeared on the show last week, going to do about it? Apparently just listen, as his son breaks his machinery in the sinkhole. The theme of breaking continues as at the weekly weigh-in, the scale breaks down, as Rick pours the gold onto the scale. In his affable way, Rick jokes how they broke the scale. The crew has a good laugh, which is a relief in what appears to have been a very challenging week. Parker's breaks are even more serious than Rick's reckless breaks. Big Red is down with a blown tire. What makes that mechanical disaster worse is that master mechanic Mitch is not around. Parker's day doesn't get better as Brennan runs to give him some pretty bad news. Mechanic Chad has broken his hand. Parker rushes to camp to make sure Chad is doing ok. Injuries are a serious issue for a guy who runs a lean crew. Chad Polis is being treated by the camp medic called JP, who is trying to help clean up Chad's hand in the sink. Chad is clearly in pain. His hand is crushed. He is sitting in a chair, with his head down, as if he is trying to keep from passing out from pain and the loss of blood. JP instructs Chad to keep his head down as he probes the damaged hand, looking to see if there is a break. Chad explained that he had his hand between the jack and the leaf spring. The jack went and seriously damaged his palm. This looks like Chad's season is over. Losing his welder cannot be good for Parker Schnabel's season. Meanwhile, Tony Beets seems to have his own smashed-up disaster. This cannot make Mini Beets terribly happy. What do you think about Gold Rush so far this season? Do you think that Rick Ness will get his 1,000 ounces of gold, beating out Parker's first season? Let us know your predictions in the comments. Don't miss watching the new episodes of Gold Rush Season 9 on Fridays on Discovery. Georgia Macchiatello has several decades of writing experience, including travel writing, tech writing, art history analysis, and now entertainment writing. She loves to share the latest news on rom-coms and mysteries. Gold Rush. Everything breaks down and smashes. A preview of the upcoming season. The earth is trembling. Machines rumble and groan, struggling to extract the elusive treasure buried beneath the surface. The promise of untold riches lures the miners, but the unforgiving reality of their pursuit is clear. Everything breaks down, and nothing goes according to plan. In the upcoming season of Gold Rush, the stakes have never been higher. As the miners dig deeper, the pressure mounts, and the machinery, once their greatest asset, now becomes their greatest liability. Broken parts, malfunctioning systems, and catastrophic failures leave the miners scrambling to keep their operations afloat. The gold they're chasing is within reach, but the cost is escalating, with every turn of the wheel or flick of the switch threatening to send everything crashing down. From the very first moment, it's clear that this season is different. The optimism that typically accompanies the early days of the season is replaced by tension, exhaustion, and an underlying sense of dread. The miners are all too aware of the fragility of their operations. Whether it's a high-tech excavator, a massive sluice box, or a seemingly indestructible truck, everything that can go wrong does. One of the most dramatic elements this season is the sheer scale of the breakdowns. It's not just a simple engine failure or a minor issue with equipment. No, this season, machines are disintegrating before their very eyes. A broken gearbox on a truck halts an entire operation for days. A collapsed excavator bucket threatens to tear apart years of hard work. Hydraulic lines burst, spilling fluid everywhere, and causing workers to scramble to prevent further damage. There are moments when it seems like the operation itself is on the verge of imploding. With every dig, with every bucket load of dirt moved, the miners are walking a razor-thin line between success and catastrophe. In addition to the equipment failures, the natural elements provide their own unique challenges. The relentless cold of the Yukon, battle freezing temperatures that make even the toughest machines struggle to function, takes its toll on both people and machinery. Engines freeze. Tools break. The workers' determination is tested like never before as they fight against the elements, all while the gold they desperately seek remains tantalizingly out of reach. This season, it's not just about digging for gold. It's about survival. Every day becomes a battle of wills. Will they be able to repair their machines in time? Will they be able to continue their work with the clock ticking relentlessly toward the end of the season? Every failure brings them one step closer to running out of money, resources, and, eventually, hope. Breaking point as the season progresses, the tension builds. The miners start to hit their breaking point. Operators, mechanics, and crew members alike are pushed beyond their limits. The frustrations mount. Sleep deprivation, injuries, and equipment breakdowns begin to take a toll on their mental health. The smiles are fewer, and the desperation is palpable. The once thrilling chase for gold becomes a grueling marathon of repairs and emergency fixes. The ever-present question lingers: is it worth it? With each breakdown, the cost of chasing the dream of gold skyrockets. Will they strike it rich, or will they be left with nothing but a pile of destroyed equipment and empty pockets? And yet, for all the chaos, the miners press on. They have no choice but to keep pushing forward, despite knowing that the odds are against them. This season is more than a simple gold rush. It's a test of endurance. It's a test of character. The miners are in it for the long haul, no matter the obstacles that stand in their way. Every broken engine, every lost hour, every piece of equipment that is irreparably damaged only serves to make the dream of striking it rich seem even more elusive. Unlikely heroes heal the breakdowns and chaos dominate the scene. This season also introduces moments of unexpected triumph. Amid the constant barrage of setbacks, a few individuals rise to the occasion, proving themselves to be the unsung heroes of the operation. Mechanics who work tirelessly, often in freezing temperatures, to get equipment back in working order. Operators who learn new tricks on the fly, adapting to their machinery's quirks to get the most out of it. And the team members who keep morale high when it seems like the entire operation is falling apart. These moments of ingenuity and resilience are what keep the miners going, even when it seems like everything is lost. The team's perseverance through broken parts and failed systems is what keeps the dream alive, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. In the face of adversity, it's these small victories, fixing a part, starting a truck, hauling a load, that keep them from giving up. The heart-stopping pursuit of gold, but even as the machines sputter and stall, the lure of gold remains. It's there, buried deep within the earth, just waiting to be uncovered. The ultimate question for the miners is, will it be enough? Will the gold they extract be enough to cover the mounting costs of repairs and setbacks? Or will it be too little, too late? The season builds toward its dramatic climax. The tension peaks. The miners come dangerously close to running out of time, and with their resources stretched to the limit, the stakes have never been higher. Will they make one last-ditch effort to salvage the operation and strike gold before time runs out? Or will the crushing weight of broken machinery and shattered dreams be too much to overcome conclusion? A season of chaos and clarity. This season of Gold Rush is unlike anything fans have seen before. It's a season of breakdowns, of machines turning against their operators, of dreams slipping further and further out of reach. It's a season that pushes the miners to their limits, both physically and mentally, as they battle not only the earth, but the very tools they rely on to extract its riches. But even in the chaos, there is clarity. The miners are reminded, over and over again, that gold isn't just a prize, it's a journey. A brutal, often heartbreaking journey that challenges everything they think they know about perseverance, determination, and success. They may not win at every turn, but they will continue to fight. They will keep pushing. Because in the world of Gold Rush, where everything breaks down and smashes, the only way forward is to dig deeper and never give up. This season promises to be a roller coaster of destruction and rebirth, failure and success. It's an unforgettable ride, one that fans will be on the edge of their seats for, hoping that against all odds, the miners will emerge victorious in the end.